time for interim head coach Eric Kiesau's weekly news conference. Fresno State will play its final football game of the year this Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, the rivalry special against the Spartans of San Jose State. Plenty of tickets still available. We'd love to see you out there to salute all the Bulldog seniors. And I'm sure that's something that's on Coach Kiesau's mind today, Coach. You've got quite a few seniors who are going to take the field one last time this weekend.
We do. It's a special week for them, and obviously a special game. And I'm kind of appreciative of the team, obviously, for the last couple of weeks, but obviously more importantly this week, to really finish strong and get these seniors out with a win on the way out.
How do you? I know you talked about it in a moment, and it was clear how stunning that development was at the end of the game, and how emotionally draining that was to have Hawaii win on the blocked field goal. Looking back at the game now with a little distance between that finish, what jumps out at you as far as missed opportunities or where that game got away from you?
I think you hit it right on the head. I think there's some huge opportunities we missed in that game. We had a couple of drop balls. One that was critical, we had a wheel route up the right sideline on their sideline that would have gone down probably to the 10, 15-yard line. Probably could have scored a touchdown there or maybe even a field goal. But we end up getting a holding penalty that comes back 3rd and 18, then we have to punt. So there are some moments in that game you kind of reflect on. Obviously, the main focal point is the block field goal at the end of the game. That's what everybody wants to look at and focus on, which was important because we didn't close the door and finish it. But there were some drives throughout that game, offensively and defensively. We could have done better so we weren't in that position at the end.
Do you think that includes your next to last drive? Could you have maybe used a little more, consumed a little more clock on that field goal drive?
Sure. You talking about the last drive of the game?
The last one that you scored on when you had it before Hawaii went down to take the lead.
Yeah. I mean, you'd obviously like to choose some clock out, but again, we just have to kind of operate within the framework of the game plan, what we had going, and I thought we were doing a good job moving the ball, running the ball really well. Better than we have obviously the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, I thought it was kind of set up good, and then we got to that last drive, and again, even though it didn't go that well, on that particular drive, then we come back, have a minute left, and march the length of the field and put ourselves in position to win the game at the end.
And you even had to overcome a drop on that possession. I think if you added up 4 drops that I remember, that's probably more passing yardage drops than Zach ended up with in the game.
Yeah, we actually had 5 drops in the game. There's 2 on that final drive. But yeah, we have to make those plays. I mean, it's just because, again, on that final drive with the 2 drops, if you make those catches, you're closer and you have more time on the clock. And maybe it's a different situation where maybe we can run it, get it maybe 5 yards closer, maybe try to take a shot at the end zone, score a touchdown. Again, we're not in that field goal range situation. So those drops are critical. They really are. So we have to focus on the ball and make those plays.
I know you're not looking to make excuses, but can you attribute any of the drop issue with a change in quarterback because the ball comes in hotter? Because we've seen that in Zach's previous games too. I mean, some balls right in the hands that you end up on the carpet.
No, I would never use that excuse at all. It's just now if the ball was off or behind him or low or high, I would say yes. But a few of those balls are right on the money. That's just lack of focus and concentration. And like I said, you got to make those plays.
So what's your plan at quarterback against the Spartans?
We'll do the same. Obviously, Zach will trot out there first. Again, we'll see how it goes. If he gets hot and stays hot, we'll keep him in. If we feel like we need to make a change, we can do that as well. But we'll kind of keep them both out there because we got to go with the hot hand and who's managing the game well and who's making good decisions and to put ourselves in that position to win.
What do you think about Zach's development? I know it's been kind of a short sample size, but what did you see in the latest game that maybe you haven't seen earlier this year? Maybe stuff you still need to work on?
Yeah, I think the big thing is just getting comfortable in his drops, just taking the correct drop and staying in rhythm and throwing the ball. There's a few times where he actually shortened his drop up and the rush was closer to him, so he thought he was under pressure. He really wasn't. If he just stays in rhythm and gets his depth, his correct depth, he'll have more room to throw. And really early in the game, we ran the ball to try to protect him a little bit because we knew it was his first start. Didn't want to put him in a bad position early. And I think once he settled in and got comfortable with just the whole game environment and playing and being the starter and being out there every down, that's when we started to open up and throw the ball a little more. So now that we got that out of the way, we'll be able to get to more things faster in this upcoming game.
I know you guys didn't finish it off with a field goal at the end, but a drive like that, especially with a couple drops in there, it seemed like you made a bunch of great throws on that last drive. Getting yourself into position to win a game in the final minute. I mean, what can that do for a guy's confidence who has
Sure. I think the whole game. I mean, I think really when you look at the body of the whole game, he really did a really good job. He was 13 of 23, and with 5 drops, he would have been 18 of 23, and really threw some really strong balls. He was correct reads. He's on the right side of the field. It's just more that got to get back into that game management, taking the correct drop, being on the delivering a ball, which he did. I mean, he really did a good job. I was really happy to watch him go out there and really settle down and just kind of get in the flow of a game, and that's why we left him in, because I didn't really see any panic or poor decisions. So the way the game was going, we were running the ball really well, which really helps the quarterback, obviously. So when you're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a pop, it really kind of takes a lot of the pressure off the quarterback. So that really helped him, and he settled in and did a good job for us.
Was it just cramps? Is he going to be fine?
Yeah, he just cramped up. He hasn't played that much football in a long time, so kind of got after him a little bit now. He's good. He's fine.
What did his performance and just kind of having that power running game with him mean to you guys on Saturday?
I think it got the whole sideline fired up, to be honest. I mean, it really did. You have that ability to, just the nature and the style of how you play, you can create some excitement around you. And then when you get excitement and guys get fired up, then they start playing a little harder. And I think it's good. I think they all kind of feed off each other. And I was really proud of him for only being on the job for 3 days. He really went out there and played really hard and made some key plays for us. And like I said, ran the ball for us, which we really need. So I'm really happy for Josh. He's done a great job.
Anything special planned for the seniors this week?
We have the tackle day, which we'll have. The tradition has been around for about 20 years. We'll do that as well. And then we'll have actually the senior run out on game day. And that's about it, yeah.
What does this final game mean for you as head coach here? Getting this opportunity, I'm not sure. I know your future is still kind of puzzling at this point exactly
Sure.
what's going to happen. But, are you kind of reveling this too, this last game here as a head coach, in this short time period here?
Yeah, I think not just this week. I think it's, when the whole transition started, I tried to just really just embrace every day and just really enjoy it and have it be a learning experience. And, obviously the wins and losses aren't what we wanted. But other than that, I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've enjoyed the players and the camaraderie and just the kind of coming together and close. You're going through some adversity. You really kind of see the team getting closer and playing really hard. I mean, you saw it last week in last week's game. Their effort was undoubtedly really, really good. They flew around and played hard, and they just, even though they're going through adversity and they go through some hard times, they're still battling. They're still fighting to the end, and that's what I'm proud of. So I've really enjoyed the whole time. I really have. Like I said, the wins and losses haven't been there, but I really love these kids. They do a great job. They play their hearts out, and we just got to keep pushing. Got to take one day at a time here and get to that last game and make sure all of our preparation, everything we possibly can do in this last week, put everything out there. I don't care if we stay till midnight every night. We're going to stay here and find answers. If it's move guys around different positions, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure these guys go out with a win on Saturday.
Any other questions?
I see you have Wyatt McBee listed first on the depth chart at defensive end. We saw him get a lot of playing time in that second half the other night. What has he done to earn that opportunity?
Like I said, he's just playing really hard. I mean, and that's the big thing we want. And we show clips, the guys in our team meeting about the type of effort we want and what we expect, and he's been doing that. I think the D-lines really in the last couple weeks have really stepped up. We started to rotate some more guys in so they're fresh. Obviously, with the bye week helped out the freshness as well. But I think just collectively as a group, they're playing really, really hard. They made some key plays in the game last week. So he's got to continue that. So he's done a great job. Like I said, he plays extremely hard. He knows what he's doing. And that's what we need. We need guys on the field that are going to play to their full potential, and he's doing that right now.
Say the same about Stratton Brown. Saw him in the back of the room. I'm sure we're going to hear from him in a moment. But what have you seen from him down the stretch of his senior season?
Strat's just always around the ball. He's always flying around. He's always got a great smile on his face out of practice. He's the guy that kind of rallies the troops on the defense. A lot of guys look up to him. Got a lot of respect for him. And again, it's the way he plays. I think he's leading the team in tackles right now, and he's been a really good player for us, a good leader for us. So, like I said, he's another guy I'm pulling for big time for this weekend. I really want him to go out with a win here in home Bulldog Stadium.
And there was some buzz about the Golden Screwdriver last week, but there's an actual big, heavy trophy for this game, the Big V for Valley, Silicon Valley, San Joaquin Valley. What would it mean to see your seniors get to carry off that trophy on Saturday?
It'd be unbelievable. It really would be. It'd be a great way to kind of send off and kind of finish this year off, because there's been a lot of adversity and ups and downs. So if we could finish it with an up and those guys can carry that trophy off the field, it'd be probably a memory I'll probably remember for the rest of my life, really, to be honest with you. Just for everything these kids have gone through, the way they've battled, the way they've stuck together. They really deserve it, and I think they'll come out to practice tomorrow ready to go. They have a good look in their eye.
San Jose State's record isn't impressive, but their last couple games, they showed a lot, being competitive with Boise State, and really Air Force stole that game with turnovers the other night. What do you see from the Spartans? What makes you dangerous?
Like, they're kind of like us. I mean, they're playing really hard too, and they have some athletes. They got some guys that can really play. They're very sound, and I think it'd be another good Mountain West challenge. I really do. I think it's going to be a good game. It's really going to come to the bottom line was who's going to outwork them, who's going to out-physical them, who's going to outplay them, and who's going to sustain that for 4 quarters. I think whoever does that will have more points at the end of the day. But I think it's going to be a great challenge. I'm looking forward to the game. So it should be a good game.
Coach, how familiar are you with the Fresno State and San Jose State rivalry? It's the Bulldogs' oldest rival going back to the 20s.
Yeah, me personally, I've really just talked to a lot of people on the staff and some of the former players, and got a little insight on the importance of this game, and really, I don't want to discredit the rival at all, and I truly mean what I'm about to say. Is we got to treat this game like it's any other game. You can't build it up to be something bigger than it is, because then you're going to get out of your element and you start doing things you normally wouldn't do. You have to really kind of stay within yourself. It's another football game. And that really goes for if you're playing the 49ers, or if you're playing the Mighty Mighty team down the road, or if you're playing San Jose State, or if you're playing Boise State. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It's about your preparation and how we conquer this week and go out and play. Just the logo on the helmet's different, and that's this week. So we're not going to make a big point of the rival game or build it up to something that it's they have to do something extra or put a cape on their back and be Superman. Just don't change. Just do what we're doing. Continue the process. Keep building on what we're building on, doing things positive. And then, because we're getting close, and then we just got to close that door this weekend.
You talked about the seniors and having the senior tackle with them on Friday, and obviously the preparation leading up to the game. What's the plan for Thursday, Thanksgiving, to make sure that everyone has a place to go?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna we'll practice in the morning. They'll probably be done 11:30, and then we're gonna let them obviously have Thanksgiving, and we have quite a few moving parts. We have obviously the kids that are local here, they can go home. Our coaching staff, if they're from out of state or out of the area, they can go to their coach's house in particular. We actually have some parents driving up from LA. They're going to drive up here and make kind of a bigger dinner for some of the guys at the players' apartment. So we're making sure everybody in the team is accounted for and they have a place to go on Thanksgiving. And they can come to my house, the position coach's house, anybody's house. But we'll definitely reflect on Thanksgiving and be thankful for the things we have. And we'll do that Thursday, and then we'll come back Friday and practice.
Coach, how was Chasen handled last week's benching and stuff? How was he taking that?
Like an absolute rock star. He's really done a great job, smile on his face. He's actually helping Zach. We had our meeting on Sunday watching the film, and they're actually talking about some reads and things they could do. So he's doing a really good job of handling it. There's two ways you can go. You can feel sorry for yourself and be in the tank and be a negative, we call him an energy vampire in the room, or you can be a positive guy and help us out. Hey, this is the circumstance we're in. How are you going to handle it? It's just like anything else. When you throw a pick or if you have a fumble or adversity comes, how do you handle it? And I think he's actually doing an absolute phenomenal job already. He's got a smile on his face, comes to work every day, and trying to help the guys out around him. So, again, it's just another reflection of these kids and where they're at, and I'm really proud of them.
And what's his role during the game, and are you able, do you have that time to coach him in the game?
It's hard during the game. Obviously with doing the head coach's duties, and then obviously calling the plays, and you got to talk to the offense when the defense is on the field. You have a lot of moving parts and a lot of things going on. So, but he's observing, he's there watching, he's obviously in tune to what's going on in the game and with the reads, and because you never know if something happened to Zach, he's got to jump back in there, or if Zach isn't being consistent and not moving the ball, then he can jump back in there as well. So, but yeah, he's doing a really good job. He's staying in tune. He's staying in connected to the game plan. He's still here watching film and taking notes. So they both have to kind of prepare, be ready to go.
Coach, I know we all kind of assume that if Coach Tedford wants you on his staff that you'll be back. But is there a chance now with a little head coaching experience on your resume that you'll throw your name into the hat for some other jobs?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge, next week. Obviously, I want to talk to Coach Tedford first, kind of see what he has to say and kind of what his thoughts are. But then the search goes on if it doesn't work out here. So, but yeah, I definitely have the bug. I love it. I think there's certain people in this world that are built to be head coaches and wired to be head coaches. after now sitting in the seat for 4 weeks and being hands-on, I feel like I am. But again, I mean, I do love calling plays. I do love being part of the offense. So whatever the role has or whatever the big fella upstairs has planned for me down the road, he'll let me know. But just got to finish this week, and then we'll handle next week when it happens.
Number one priority maybe right now, though, you think you'd like to come back to Fresno State?
If the opportunity presents itself, I would love to. I really do. I mean, that's why I came here. I mean, last year when I had opportunities to go other places, I chose to be here. I wanted to be here. I want to be in California. I love recruiting California. Obviously, Fresno State's important. I love the Valley. There's a lot of good things about this place, and I think it's headed in the right direction. I think it's going to have good leadership moving forward, and I would love to be a part of it. I really would. But that'll be up to the staff and the direction they want to go.
Josh Hockett was your leading rusher for the game this weekend. It's his first time in there as a freshman. We talked a lot about him coming in as something like a flow as he's trying to get on the field wherever he can. What can you say about what he provided and what kind of player he'll be for this team moving forward?
This guy can play a lot of different positions. That's the cool thing about him. He's such a great kid, smile on his face. I mean, he can play joker for us. He can play linebacker for us. He can obviously play running back for us. He can be a special teams player for us. He's just a really talented kid and really athletic, smart. I mean, if you watch some things he did at running back, he's a natural instinct to kind of set up blocks and put his foot in the ground and go. He's just a football player. I don't know how to explain that. There's some guys that have it and they're just very natural and instinctive to football. He's one of those guys. So I think wherever he goes, after next week, whatever position he plays, I think he'll flourish. I really do. I think he'll do really good. He just has very natural football instincts, and like you saw that last week. And hopefully he'll get another 100 yards for us this week as well. Be good. You got it. Yep.
And so that's interim head coach Eric Kiesau. One more game for the Bulldogs Saturday, 12:30 against San Jose State. Dogs are 1-10. The Spartans are 3-8, but they have been playing better down the stretch as they've gotten healthier. They gave Boise State a scare. Just about had Air Force beaten the other night, but the Falcons had two big Weston Steelhammer interceptions. Pulled that one out, 41-38. Great catch by Robinette at the end, too. We're going to hear from one of the Bulldogs seniors who will take the field one final time Saturday. That is safety Stratton Brown, who's the first Bulldog since Ben Jacobs 7 years ago to go over 100 tackles in a season. Stratton, what's clicked for you in the second half of the season? Why are we hearing your name called so much?
We've just changed up our run fit scheme a little bit more, and I've been just involved in the run scheme in the box a little bit more.
Playing one last game at Bulldog Stadium, what does that mean to you?
It's crazy it's gone by so fast. I love this place. I love my teammates. It's just sad to see it all come to an end.
Questions back here?
What does this game mean for you specifically against San Jose State? I mean, I know it's a lot. It's the last game, final game of Bulldog Stadium, but it's a rivalry game as well, and you have a chance to hoist a trophy if you come out victorious at the end of the night on Saturday. So what does this one mean?
I just want to send our seniors out with a W. That's the biggest thing. I mean, yeah, it's a rivalry game and everything else, but we just got to fight. We got to go out on top, start off our young boys on a good season next year.
Can you put into words what that felt like at the end of that game Saturday?
Man, no. We were just all on the sideline locking arms and sitting there waiting for it, and it was rough.
And you've been waiting for it for so long, and it was right there.
Right there.
So how bad do you want it? I mean, have you ever wanted a game this bad like the way you want Saturday against San Jose State?
Man, I want every game as bad. Like, I hate losing. Our whole team hates losing. So, I mean, yeah, I want this game bad, but I wanted every game so bad. And you can tell by our whole team wants it that bad. You can tell by the way we play. Just things just haven't worked out.
Stratton, how would you describe kind of the overall feel in the locker room right now and amongst your teammates, with where you guys are at and how you're approaching this last game? I mean, do you feel like everybody has the shirt safe, is all in at this point?
Yeah, everybody's all in. I mean, there's no reason not to be all in now. I mean, we only got each other now. We're playing for each other. I mean, yeah, obviously after a game, everybody's just down. But now we're all in. We're all boys, all brothers. We just want to play for each other and get this W.
As a player, what's it like when you have a change at the head coaching position, mid-season, and now, especially with that new head coach, it's just kind of watching from a distance right now, and you have an interim guy. I mean, what's that like?
It's weird. I've never experienced it before. I mean, it was a little bit different. Coach Kiesau came in, tried to switch things up a little bit. I mean, it was good, but it was a little bit bizarre.
What are the emotions like right now? I mean, are you kind of reflecting on a nightly basis on your 4 years? I mean, what are you thinking about? What are the memories?
Yeah, I really am. Like last night, we're all together, just hanging out, just talking about like how the time's gone by, just reflecting everything. Man, it's crazy. It's already happened. I'm a senior.
Anyone else back there? You got your first sack
Yeah.
on Saturday. What did that feel like?
That was awesome. That was one of my favorite plays I've ever made.
So you were right back on the sideline saying, "Hey, let's call some more of those safety blitzes."
Yeah, he's been telling me he's gonna put in the safety blitz all year, and he put it in like in the last 4 weeks, finally.
And it worked.
Yep.
So we might see that again on Saturday.
Hopefully.
And one of the other themes the last few years for the Bulldogs is on Senior Day, we end up seeing some senior defensive guys maybe try their hand on offense a little bit. I know you're a big rugby guy. Have you thrown your ideas at the offensive staff?
No, not at all. Not at all.
What would it be if you had a chance to call any offensive kind of opportunity for yourself?
Wildcat, man.
Wildcat?
Wildcat.
You and Tyke Wong can fight for that?
Oh yeah.
Back here with Mark.
Hey, Stratton, I want to ask you about one of your fellow seniors, Jeff Camille. What kind of a guy is he? What kind of a teammate is he? What has he meant for this defense?
Man, that's one of my best friends. I mean, he's really our leader. He was the undoubtable, like, when we voted for captains, everybody put down Jeff Camille. I promise you, everybody in this entire room, when we all sat down here, put Jeff Camille. He's our rock. He's our leader. He's great off the field, on the field. I mean, he's really been like this core of our team.
Why do you think he had that universal respect?
Why does he have that? I mean, he works hard. He handles his business off the field. I mean, he's been playing for 4 years. Playing good for 4 years, not just been on the field. I think that was the biggest thing. He's been balling for 4 years.
Anybody else?
Is it kind of cool, Stratton, that in this last game, you know, when you are 1-10, and I mean you have senior night, obviously, or senior day to play for, but that you also have a trophy to play for against San Jose State?
Yeah, what's the trophy? I've heard about this screwdriver thing, but I thought we played for something else.
Play for a big V because it's Silicon Valley.
It is the V, the silver V, huh? Yeah, we had it in our locker room. Yeah, I want the screwdriver and the V.
Anything else back here? With the change of quarterback, I know it's late in the season, but does that do anything for you guys? Can a guy who takes over at this point bring some leadership to the table that makes a difference for your team, offense, defense, special teams, the whole 9 yards?
Yeah, Zach steps up when it's his time. You know, when Jason was the starting quarterback, Zach wouldn't say anything, but when Zach got put in the starting role, you know, he'd speak up a little bit more. Yeah, he's done really good.
Stratton, senior tackle has been a tradition here at Fresno State where on the night before the last home game, all the seniors get to say a few words to their teammates, then run through a player tunnel and tackle a dummy. Are you familiar with this tradition, and
Yes.
what have you been told about prep?
Just the senior tackle. I got a lot of people I got to shout out. A lot of people are gone. Got to shout out my coaches. Got to shout out our old strength conditioning staff. My coaches who are gone now. My family, of course. All the people let me get here.
What happens Saturday after the final whistle blows and the season is done? What happens to you next?
I have no idea. Train for pro day. But I've played football my whole life. It's kind of weird. Got to finish out school, get my degree, and live life. Get free summers now.
All right. Any last questions?
Are there any memories from the senior tackles the last couple of years when you've been here that there were some seniors that said some things that actually stuck with you, made you think a little bit?
Chuck forgot his girlfriend last year. That was pretty bad.
You won't make that mistake?
I don't have a girlfriend. I'm good. I'm going to write everything down on my phone. I'm not going to forget anybody.
All right, Stratton, thank you for your time.
Last thing, shout out to my parents for coming out and driving 13 hours to every game out here and traveling across the country just to watch me play football. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. That is Stratton Brown, senior safety, and his parents will do that one more time for the game Saturday at 12:30 against San Jose State. It's a long